to talk about the violin, mostly focusing on the parts of the violin and their purposes. Now, I've been playing the violin for over 13 years, and so this is a topic I'm fairly familiar with. Now, the violin is composed mostly of wood, and the violin site specifies woods most commonly used in violin making as maple, spruce, ebony, boxwood, willow, and rosewood. Now, each part of the violin is carefully measured, weighed, and often handcrafted. Now, one of the most popular violin makers of all times and most commonly known is Antonio Stradivari. And according to Britannica Encyclopedia, the modern proportions of the violin were created by him. Each piece serves a special purpose, and without it being specially crafted, it would not create a beautiful sound. Now, this is the body of the violin, which composes the majority of the violin. And in the wood of the body are two F-shaped holes called the F-holes, which are cutouts in the wood that the sound is emitted through. Now, on the violin, there are 4 strings: E, A, D, and G, from highest to lowest. The violin is the highest pitched string instrument in an orchestra. Now, there are 2 ways of tuning these strings. At the bottom we have fine tuners. There may only be 1 fine tuner for the E string, or there may be 4, 1 for each of the strings, which are used for precise tuning of each string. At the top we have 4 pegs, which are used for general tuning. They are tightened and loosened to create the desired tone of the string. There is 1 peg for each string, in which the string is wrapped around inside the peg box. The pegs are tightened to create a higher sound and loosened to create a lower sound. At the top of the peg box, we have a scroll. Now, this is the fingerboard, which runs along the length of the neck. This is the neck here, between the peg box and the body. The neck, we have a fingerboard that extends onto the body, in which the hand and fingers are shifted up and down to create the desired notes. Now we have the bridge of the violin here, which holds the strings above the violin that they rest upon. And here we have the tailpiece, in which the strings are attached to at the bottom. And this is also where the fine tuners are located. The tailpiece, according to those of Bovenci violins, the tailpiece serves as an anchor and a spacer for the strings. Now, the violin rests on the shoulder of a player, and here we have a shoulder rest, in which rests on the shoulder, and this is the chin rest that the violin rests on top of, and we rest our chin upon the chin rest, and according to Michael Shalik of violinist.com, the chin rest protects the top of the violin and adjusts for the player's length of neck. Now, another part of the violin, not pictured here, but I have one, is the bow. And the bow has a wooden stick, and along the other side of it is hair. This is most commonly horsehair, and the hair of the bow is drug across the strings to create the sound, which goes through the hollow body of the instrument and emitted through the F-holes to create, hopefully, beautiful music. So, hope you learned something, and enjoy!